Then maybe we will start with what happened to your eye.
Yeah, so it was 3 meters big waves out there. No, it was really small waves and it was really windy day. And I was all alone out there because no one else bothered to paddle out.
Yeah.
And then I took a wave that closed out, so I was underwater. And the wind picked up the board and smashed me straight to my face, broke the nose and got some stitches. Yeah, but now it's good. 1 week later, it's exactly 1 week ago. 1 week ago, right now, I was in a hospital getting the stitches, so pretty good. I did this exchange program here in Norway, in Lofoten, for 6 months, and we had a lot of time off. So me and my friend, we were traveling around Norway a lot, and then during the Easter holiday, I think it was, when we came up here also just like with backpacks and tents, and it was April and we didn't think that it's probably still gonna be very cold. We're just like, yeah, we're gonna sleep in a tent and hitchhike. Yeah, but then we did it and we were like traveling throughout Lofoten, and I remember when we got to Unstad, we got to Unstad, right? And I saw, it was like pretty stormy day, like, yeah, not nice weather. And there was a guy going to the water, and by the time I was not surfing and I didn't know anything about surfing, ocean, whatever. But I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool what he's doing, it's crazy. That's probably how people looking at us now. But yeah, I just thought it was really cool to do it, and I put it on my bucket list to do it one day. And then we like left Lofoten and I went different places, went for travels. And then I was pretty tired of traveling. So I remember there was a place in the north of Norway that I liked very much. So I think it was 2018 when I started to write emails looking for a job here. And there was a cafe in Henningsvær that offered me a job. So I took it, packed my things and got up here. Had no idea what to expect. I had no idea how many young people lives here. I thought I'm gonna be the only young person here with fishermen. Yeah, and I just moved here like that with the job in Henningsvær. Hope for the best. I remember 2 years ago I bought my first surfboard, and yeah, just like I bought everything brand new, and I drove to Unstad. I had no idea how to read the forecast. I just drove there and it was pretty gnarly waves. Not gnarly waves, but pretty like not beginners friendly, which I was a beginner, and it was no one out there, and I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna go out. So I didn't even know where to park my car, so I parked so far away from the beach because there was no one else. And then I like put on the wetsuit. I was so proud walking to the water. And yeah, and then I was struggling for the next 1 year to catch a wave. Like I couldn't, yeah, there was just no progression in my surfing. But then, yeah, that's just how it is with surfing, I think. You really have to put a lot of time in it and like get over this first phase, which for me took 1 year, and then you like start to see small improvements.
Yeah.
And eventually you get better.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I moved here to surf, but I wouldn't call it surfing the first year, maybe not even first year and a half. Now it's okay. Yeah. I got so hooked on surfing. I feel sometimes I'm not in control of what I'm doing if I know there are good waves out there. So it is the biggest passion I have ever had in my life, but it's also a big obsession. But it's good. Yeah, it's a good lifestyle, I think. I started studying university because I know that here in Norway, or maybe even in Sweden, you get quite a support from the government, so you can like get a student loan that covers the costs of you being student. But in Czech, even though the university is for free, we don't get any like extra support from the government. So of course I got a lot of help from my parents. That like they paid the rent I had to pay in the city where I studied, and they like also gave me money for like transportation and some food. But if you are a student, it's pretty expensive because you want to go to the cafe. Like so like out of the blue, I lived in a big city, so I wanted to go to cafes, and of course I wanted to party. So that was pretty expensive. So I had to find a part-time job. And there was a cafe in my hometown that was looking for people, and I always went home for the weekends, so I got this job and I worked there in the weekends, and I got to know one girl there by the time she was working there, but she had her own business on the side, baking cakes, and eventually she decided to open her own cafe in the same town, and she wanted me to work with her. So first, I started to work with her in her cafe. By the way, she is the reason why I started to bake, and she is, I'm very, very grateful to her till, forever. I decided to pack my backpack and move to London. So I did that. And the thing is, in Czech, the system, the education system is not very good. So I had almost zero English when I moved to London. So I couldn't apply for like a proper job. Not proper job, like I couldn't work as a barista or as a waiter because I was so scared to talk to people. So I got a job as a kitchen porter, which is a fancy name for person who's doing dishes. So I was just like scraping the plates, trying to learn English, and eventually I got another job in a really cool cafe as a barista, and then there was they had the kitchen in the back as well, like making this hipster kind of food and cakes, and I become really good friend with the chef, and and I told him that I like baked a little bit back home, and he was like he was willing to teach me everything he knew. So we were baking together a lot, like after the closing hours he was like showing me how to bake, how to cook, how things work, how like the flavors work together, how you have to balance of dishes. So I think I grew a lot there. I got like a base, and maybe that moment was a little bit it was like the moment when I realized that because I studied to become a teacher, and that was maybe the moment where I realized I don't want to be a teacher, I want to be a chef. So that was the breaking point 6 years ago, when I decided to go this path. There was maybe 3 months after I moved here, I got to know one guy, because upstairs there is an Arctic co-working lodge, which is like accommodation for these digital nomads, but also for so many surfers that stay up there. And I got to know one guy, and he once invited me over for a coffee, and so I came over and we drank coffee and we were talking, and then I told him about this lifelong dream of mine, that I want to open a cafe one day. And he was like, yeah, I've been staying in this building for a while and I know the owner of the building. He wanted to do something with the downstairs and he's been talking about having a cafe here. And I was like, yeah, sure, I'm gonna open cafe in Darmstadt. So I was just like, yeah, we were just joking about it. But a couple of months later, I got to meet the owner of the building, because this where we sit now, it was a ruin. It was falling apart. It was like moldy and was soil on the ground. It was pretty disgusting. So I got to meet the owner of the building, and I told him that I want to open a cafe one day, and yeah. And yeah, I just presented him my idea. I told him about my experience, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I think it took me 1 month to write the business plan, and I presented to him with all the budgeting, how much it's gonna cost. Yeah, I was like very honest with him. I was like, yeah, Carlo, it's going to be very expensive to do this, because if we do it, we have to do it properly. Like, yeah, I don't want to do things halfway done. So I just like gave him this budget, and he was like, yeah, we do it. So we started, I think 1 month after we started with the renovation. Here we are, opening soon, hopefully. The concept of this cafe is like is to have a place that's using local ingredients, seasonal ingredients, focusing on vegetarian, vegan dishes, showing people that that's actually the future of cooking, to not eat meat, and that it's not necessary to have meat to have a complete dish. But also, of course, I just want to have a place for, especially, I want to focus on, of course, I need tourists to make money, but I want to have a place for locals, or like for people in Lofoten to come and yeah, just enjoy good coffee and good cake, food eventually. I want to have a place for the surf community to come and like have a place where they can talk about surf. And yeah, because it is so nice when you have good session to like talk it through with someone. So yeah, I just want people to come here after surf for warm soup, or yeah, like just to gather to like really, yeah, like make the community strong. I feel especially this area is missing a place where people can just go and hang out, even like work on the computer. Yeah, just have a place where they can spend their time without feeling that they are taking space, or yeah. So that's the concept of this cafe, I think.
That's a really nice concept.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really the people that makes this place very special. And I feel that so many people that are here, they are here for the right reasons. They are here just to be out there. Of course, there are people who are here just because it's cool, but that's not sustainable, so they don't stay for a longer period of time. But yeah, I think people here are real. The work is not the main focus. I feel the main focus is what you do after work. So it's like, yeah, I work, but then what I'm gonna do after work? Am I gonna ski? Am I gonna surf? Am I gonna hike, run? Yeah, so that's why Lofoten, it's very different. It's a bubble, but a good bubble. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't have any plans to leave. Maybe, yeah, no, I think I'm gonna stay at least I have contract for this for the next 5 years. So at least for that I have to stay. Maybe then I'm gonna get tired of the cold and dark times. But yeah, for now, I'm definitely staying.